Continue, Jake. The tribe has spoken.
Fuck you, Kevin.
Aw, fuck you too, sweetie.
I'm JJ, one of the original Tribe of Nerds members. You can catch me on Marvel, Pokemon, and other gaming podcasts.
What up? It's Josh, resident superhero nerd, but I also dabble in the occasional super villain as well.
Some may know me as the Chaos Gremlin, but really I'm just Joe King.
Pikachu, use Volt Tackle! Good job, Pikachu!
On the Tribe of Nerds. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Tribe of Nerds. We're here to talk Traitors, episode 5. Austin, Matt, and I are going to talk about everything that went down from this episode. And it's a weird one. There's people that made some very strange decisions this round. With the banishment especially. I feel like people unfortunately just turn on Nikki for no real reason. Down with the Bambis.
No, Bambis, what are you guys doing?
Well, of course you're supposed to be sad, Austin, when a Bambi dies. Have you seen the movie Bambi? Come on.
Don't ask that one because I haven't.
Oh my God.
Wow, you are just like Shane never seeing The Princess Bride.
Yeah. So I mean, what are you guys' thoughts on this episode?
I mean, to be honest, I don't know. I really thought this was just like a mid episode. I liked all the other episodes over this one personally. I mean, we really only seen like, I don't even know how to explain it. We really didn't even see anything else like collaboratively come together. Like it's still this Nikki or Sierra like combo the entire episode, and then you see the spurts of Rob probably is, or like Danielle maybe, or you know what I mean? I'm just like nothing came into fruition here. It's just we had the murder, we went to the challenge, you know. Danielle being more sus than ever, and then that just got tossed into the garbage supposedly, and we're right back to Nikki and Sierra, and then the round table is just garbage. Everyone just jumped on one person, not even her own alliance backed her up, and then ended. I mean, I don't know. I just distaste for this episode, I guess, and obviously I'm rooting for the Bambis, but I mean, Nikki was the one that I thought would get sniped before the other two. So, I mean, I don't know. Bad situation for her.
Yeah, agreed. Matt, your thoughts on this episode?
Well, after such a great episode last week, you knew it was going to be a letdown, but man, this was boring as hell.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, to me, it felt like old school Australian Survivor, where Nikki's suddenly getting all these confessions, like, oh, she's not going to last long.
Yeah. I can totally see that. Yeah, because how Australian Survivor used to do them, they'd give them so much airtime in their boot episode, and then take them out, and then you still have people that got like no content. So. It's so weird to me because like I'm sure we'll get into it more, but like the decision based off of like Chriselle notices like Nikki's reaction to Rob telling her new information that she'd never heard before, so of course you're gonna have that reaction, and all of a sudden that makes Nikki a traitor is just so stupid. Like,
well, or as Summer says, have you ever laughed with your gut? And that's why Summer voted for Nikki.
I just can't stand some of these people. Like their mindsets to this game right now is hilarious.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy because last week's preview for this episode made it seem like Boston Rob was gonna get found out, like people were gonna gun for him, and then I don't know if he's just able to play it off so well to people that it just doesn't impact his game right now. But clearly, I think Rob is now in a great position because now the traders that are on the chopping block, I mean, Carolyn and Danielle are going to go for each other now. So,
I think people are just scared to kind of throw Rob's name out right now. I mean, Wes kind of was scared too.
yeah.
Derek and Wes were talking about it after to each other. I mean, yeah, I mean, Rob definitely, I could see him lasting a little bit, but I mean, it's gonna eventually come back
Mhm.
to Rob at some point. He'll never be able to wipe that one out. We all probably agree on that, but I wonder what he wants to do for a murder though, because I mean, he might be smart to get rid of like a Derek, but I doubt Danielle will agree to that.
Yeah, I don't think she will agree to Derek, which is only going to make like things go even more down for her. Yeah, any other thoughts on this?
Since we're speaking about Boston Rob, I just want to say I loved his suit. It
Yeah.
looked awesome. Like I would love to wear that suit. I just want to say that. So if anybody from the Traitors wardrobe department is listening, please send me a copy of that suit. I would love it. But yeah, let's talk about Danielle going after. So Danielle wants to go after Boston Rob, and to do that, she's going after Carolyn. What?
There's no logic to that.
I literally don't understand it. Like, I guess she really is that into the weeds of those two are working together. And Carolyn literally has been saying she's scared of him. So I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know like what is she thinking? Let's get rid of Carolyn and then I can get rid of Boss and Rob. Like what happened to this traders work together shit? Like they're just trying to stab each other.
Yeah. Well, and claiming that the survivors are working together. We've just seen them both go for both Tony and Jeremy, like
Yeah.
last couple of rounds. Like, why is it all of a sudden that the survivors have an alliance? I don't think that. I think that's been clearly shown. That's not happening.
Yeah, I'm not understanding her logic. I think she's in the weeds really hard right now because I mean, even the challenge, she was like brain dead, swapping West or what was it, Derek out for Dolores, and then she goes right back to putting him back on. I'm sitting here going, "Oh my God, are you just like so caught up?"
Mhm.
Yeah, my only note for Danielle for the challenge was Danielle, what the fuck? So that yeah. And then my other notes for the challenge are I wish there were more rounds than 8
Yeah.
because that's not a lot of time to get money. Um and then also what happens if they chose the wrong urn, but it was like a future answer? I was like, man, what if they choose a yellow one, but it's the wrong riddle?
True. That could have happened.
I
Yeah.
was thinking that too. I'm like, what if they do that? Do they think they're right?
Yeah.
Alan's just like, no, that was for a different one. Sorry.
Yeah. Speaking of the challenge, Tom had this great quote. I read Dan Brown in the Harry Potter books.
Yes.
Voldemort's real name is Tom Riddle, so I'm
Yes.
going to do good at this. Like I don't think that's how it works.
Oh my God. My favorite interaction from Tom in the episode is like, I think it was Bob Harper is talking to Tom, and he's like, Tom, do you like, I can't remember what it was, but like Tom's like stuffing his face. He's just like, well,
Tom's goofy, man. I like a good goofy character that kind of just brings the mood to
yeah,
a good halt.
yeah. I mean, I've loved many goofy characters on Survivor before, like a Shane Powers or someone of that nature, where they're just there for comedic purposes and you love them.
I mean, I feel like that's all we're gonna really see from
Oh,
Tom.
yeah. And I'm fine with
I
it.
mean, if he comes out with some brain power at some point, I'll be like,
I don't see that happen.
I don't think he has a
Spoil
brain.
so yeah, spoiler. I don't see that. Yeah. Although I do love every time they're like, maybe we should kill Tom, and then they cut to him just like washing himself. It's like, okay, now I know why you're keeping him.
they're just keeping all the hot guys in the house.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm interested how it'll go. Anything else of note on the challenge? I mean, I thought that like, yeah, Danielle was so painfully bad with her choices. Like, oh, she's gonna take Derek off for Dolores, and then she's going to put him back on, and it's just like she's not going to think to do what every other person is doing and put themselves on there. Like, it's just such a dumb decision on her part.
Yeah. Speaking of the challenge, how do you guys feel about public shields? Because every single challenge has now had a public shield, whereas the other seasons it was always private. So it's really giving the traders even more of an advantage.
Yeah.
They know who has the shield.
Right. I almost think they should just like mix it up. Like they definitely should have private ones. I mean, I'm thinking back to last season, like that's what happened with Bergie. He had like the private shield and then the traders tried to kill him. Like it just made it more interesting of like, okay, are the traders going to get their way or is Bergie going to be safe? And then we're going to see, things go badly for the traders, and that's exactly what happened.
I'm just surprised also how there's so many shields. I mean, like there should be private shields by now, I would think. There's like 15 of them left. I mean, that's like a mechanic in the game that I enjoyed, like them secretly getting one or like finding one in the castle, like
Yeah.
like it's a damn idol. Like
Yeah.
I don't know though. I hope they do implement that here in the next few episodes because it obviously gives Faithful some rest. I mean, it would be just hilarious seeing them all walk in and the traders are like, "What the hell?
Yeah.
We murdered this guy," and they're there, they're still here. Like that, we're definitely missing that content for sure. So, yeah, hopefully they do implement it soon because these public shields are, I don't know, it's just getting kind of annoying.
Yeah, it's boring.
Yeah. I don't know.
Sorry.
I was just saying, I don't know if like they aren't doing it because like it torpedoes the traders' games because that's what happened last season. That's the only reason I can think. But I think
it's fine because the traders are torpedoing their own games right now.
Yeah.
We said that the public shields are kind of boring, but you know what wasn't boring? Alan's Statue of Liberty costume in the church. I was like, wow, man, what the hell's going on here?
Well, I think he came in, so he comes into the breakfast wearing like the silver suit, and I'm just like, okay, Alan. And then he's in the church and he's wearing like the Statue of Liberty crown. I'm just like, okay, Alan.
Yeah. Plus, he had the sash, and then he was reading from the books, just like the Statue of Liberty has the tablet.
Yeah. So fun. All right, and then the other thing of the episode, Robin does get murdered. So we lose our third housewife in this season. I mean, it's funny because I feel like Robin was exhibiting like traitor behavior of like just accusing everybody, and like the fact that she was still seen as like enough of a faithful by the traitors to like murder her is just funny. So
yeah, or as Dolores said when Robin was killed, she was 100% a diehard faithful. Well, no shit, she just got murdered.
Yeah.
That's 100% confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was an interesting one because the first few episodes I was getting like that, oh, she'll get banished eventually because like she is so vocal to everybody about like every goddamn episode we watched, she was at least vocalizing like people and like throwing people's names out there. I mean, I guess that if she's getting to the point where she's starting to throw traitors out, I guess that's a good move on the traitors. Like, fine, like get rid of someone that's vocal and like is gonna be talking. But like, I also thought she was a good like shieldish type player to like keep throwing under the bus at these roundtables. Like, oh, I mean, Robin keeps yapping about this.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I thought it was an interesting move. I guess we'll see how it pans out for either side. But yeah, it sucked to see Robin go because I actually was kind of liking her because she was just a vocal like character, whereas we don't have a good half of them are very like preserved. Like Brittany, I barely see. Sam, I barely see. Ivan or Ivar, whatever the hell his name is, you've seen him for like a good 5 minutes and then he disappears again. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, this is the second week in a row where you said Sam, and I'm like, who the fuck is that? It took me a second to even know who you're talking about.
Yeah. He's not even talking about Britney Spears at all. Like,
yeah, well, I don't even know. Has he even gotten a confessional? I can't tell. Well, if he's ever a suspect, if he starts getting confessionals, then we know he's going to get booted.
Yeah, well, he's the one who gets the shower scenes. Like that's so.
That's Sam.
Yeah, that's Sam.
Oh.
Yeah, Tom. That wasn't Tom, but
okay. Well,
yes.
now I know why Britney Spears married him because he's in great shape.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so Tom is the shower scenes, and then I think we saw him talking with Boston Rob, and then Rob's like, I can't wait to see you tomorrow or something.
Oh,
That's why I'm so surprised that Sam also was one of the three that could have possibly got murdered. I'm sitting here going, what has he even done? Like, why is he
Yeah.
even a prospect for this? Like Gabby, I understood. Like, and I hope Gabby keeps getting by because I actually like Gabby, but she or like Sam, like what the hell? What did he do to get murdered? I mean, the dude just sits there unless we're seeing not anything like that they're seeing, but I don't know.
I don't know. I like we've talked about earlier, like this definitely feels like early Australian Survivor where they just don't care about half the cast, I think, for all three seasons of the Traitors, and then they'll highlight like the half of the cast that they want to highlight. So
I have a wild prediction. I know we talked about them not recruiting. I feel like they're gonna kill each other to the point where there's one traitor left, and they might actually recruit someone like a Brittany.
I could see it.
That's what I'm starting to feel because I mean like we're not seeing anything from Brittany. I have a feeling that she's gonna play very quiet until mid game and then she's gonna start playing or something. I feel like Dylan could be a recruited member at this
Yeah.
rate. The only person if Boston Rob is the remaining trader, I don't think he recruits Dylan because he wants to obviously get rid of him like
Mhm.
later. But yeah, I mean, I feel like a change of events is going to happen eventually in this game to a point where either they kill each other to the point where they have to recruit one because there's only one left, or like they'll actually get their shits together and like start, screwing more faithfuls over. I don't know. This episode was just so mid to me that I was like, okay, next episode's definitely gonna like something's got to start chugging along. If I mean, two blank episodes in a row would be weird. I feel like.
Yeah. I think we're gonna get a better episode with Danielle versus Carolyn. So
Oh,
hopefully.
yeah, yeah. All right. Anything else that you guys have before we end the episode?
Just that I've always had this opinion that the trader should have an incentive to throw the challenge. So I came up with an idea. To watch, somebody else probably already did, but I thought about this by myself. But somebody else did it independently. That's fine. What they should do is try to throw the challenge, and then any money that isn't banked for the party, there is going to be a secret side pot for the traders of that money. So at the end, if a trader wins, they also get that money too.
Oh,
I mean, yeah, there's incentive there for sure.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because now it's like, well, of course the traders are going to help them win.
right. Yeah, I think that would work so much better as well. Yeah, more incentive is always good. So,
It also gives more incentive to not kill each other to
right,
get to the end. You know what I mean? Like they know
right.
they get more money. Who cares if they split it?
Well, some people would.
Like
I mean,
CT.
Suri would definitely do it because she asked Arya or whatever his name was.
Aria,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that episode was that ending was so funny to me still to this day. I loved it. I was like, there's no way they're actually doing this right now.
And they were so pissed off at like all that cast just was not happy with Suri for playing
Yeah.
the game. Like, did
Well,
you
that's what you. I
know?
mean, that's what you get. I mean,
Yeah,
that's why they should never have half and half seasons because
yeah,
the returning players will always dominate.
yeah, absolutely. It was just I feel like they at least knew that going into these two seasons, so they at least got people that like had some notoriety. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Again, I still am like, who are half these people?
Well, I'm glad they're killing the people that don't really matter because it's like, oh, and then you guys finally got to see how bad of an actress Nikki Bella is because I mean, and even when she was just trying to convince people I'm a faithful, she was telling the truth, but she was terrible at it.
Yeah, she was definitely bad. I'm just like, this is so uninspired and so like
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, she's a terrible actress. That's what I'm saying. But she's coming back to WWE. Breaking news for anybody who listens and watches WWE.
Oh, there
Yeah.
we go,
Wow.
Nikki.
Yeah, because she finally got that divorce from the person. We don't have to get into it, but I'm glad she got out of that marriage because that was bad. But now she's coming back, so good for her.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with the WWE. I like only watched it around her era for some reason. So I'm extremely like I watched her Total Divas because I was
Yep,
really into that.
same, and that's how I know she's a terrible actress because they man, that was terrible.
Oh, that all that episode was for me is just drama.
Yeah,
Just
that's
fuel
all.
drama.
Yeah, made up drama was all it was.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, next week we've got more Traitors, more Deal or No Deal Island. We got a lot of stuff coming. Definitely stay tuned. I think next month is going to be the biggest month ever for Tribe of Nerds. So you'll
Do we
definitely
want
want
to
to stay
give
tuned.
predictions before we end?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's give
We
predictions.
could go back to how we're feeling about characters that we think are going far. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
my prediction is next month is going to be the biggest month for Tribe of Nerds, just as Jake said. No, yeah. Who were even the suspect? Yeah, I don't think they gave us a list of names to give us a cliffhanger on, right? It was just,
That's
yeah,
true. Yeah, there really
Yeah.
isn't like because I don't even can we talk about that ending? Why did it show like only the traders' faces at the table? Are they like going to a table by themselves or something? I'm so confused by that.
Hmm.
it's just to build drama, where it's
Yeah.
going to be trader versus trader crime.
Yeah. They're setting stuff up. So
I was so confused because I'm like, are they like calling an emergency trader like meeting for themselves or some shit? I have no idea. I was so confused.
That would be interesting for like one twist. Like the traders have to vote out one of the traders, like so it needs to be two versus one. That would be interesting.
yeah.
That's what I'm like thinking, and I'm probably wrong, but I
You are
just how I was
most likely.
watching that ending, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they would not do that this early. Maybe if it got later.
Right. I mean, I still think Sierra gets far for some reason. I mean, either she goes home next week or the like these next 2 weeks because she can't shake off the coffin thing, or I think I mean, she's not going to get murdered, I don't think, anytime soon. So I feel like if she can get out of this coffin aspect, she's gonna go far. But I'm
Yeah,
starting to think Brittany does too now, just because of how she's not getting an edit and she's kind of never talked about. I don't know. I feel like she's gonna fly under the radar, maybe get recruited, or kind of just play an end game that's like nice. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah.
I can see Ivar getting murdered just because he isn't really doing anything. In
Right.
fact, I finally had an emotion towards him during this episode when he was going after Wes. I'm like, don't you dare go after fucking Wes. He's my boy, redheaded boy, baby. Or at least I used to have red hair.
Yeah, I mean I think next week I think Danielle might get banished. I think between her and Carolyn, I think people trust Carolyn way more than they trust Danielle, especially after this episode. So,
No, I feel banished from a traitor for sure, and it's got to I just feel like it's gonna be Danielle.
yeah.
Um, For a murder, I really don't know because
Yeah.
it's just a crapshoot because we didn't get any lead on.
Yeah.
So
It's probably gotta be a guy because they've only murdered women except for Jeremy, but that was like a public one, right? Because I don't think any other guys have been like
I
murdered.
think you're right because it's been housewives
Yeah.
and there was one other person, right?
I don't know. Everything blends in.
It's
Because
been
as soon as Tony left, it's like I don't really care anymore.
right. It's been
Oh, it was
Dorinda.
Jeremy. It was the public Jeremy, and then it was all the housewives, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's
yeah, you're right. You're right.
yeah. Speaking of the housewives, so every Tuesday or Wednesday they put on YouTube like the person who got banished and murdered, they meet and talk about it. And Ian, holy crap, she is beautiful. I'm actually mad now that she was murdered because wow.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was telling Jake, I was like, I feel like if she stayed around, we would have actually got some crazy funny ass content from
Yeah.
her. Oh, and
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, she was hilarious on the Talking Trader or whoever it was, and her outfit was like insane.
Yeah, her just like cussing people out for everything is hilarious.
So good. Yeah, so but everybody should watch that because it's produced by former Survivor player Julie Berry from one of my favorite seasons, Vanuatu.
Oh,
wow.
Julie Berry
I
produces
didn't
it?
even know that.
Yep. Yep.
I
That's
didn't know
sick.
that.
Yep. And then KD Gallagher from Palau produces Houses of Villains.
Wow. Okay then.
And then if we're just saying other things, Bill Posley from One World is one of the writers on Shrinking.
Wow.
And then other stuff, you know. Parvati has a book coming out. And she is apparently coming on the season of Traitors, but I don't know when.
Yeah, her and Kate are coming back, so
Yeah, where are my girls at? Come on, I want to see them
Yeah.
on the TV again.
Yep. Keep bringing Kate back until she wins, just like Suri.
Yeah, I feel like it's probably towards the end because what last season Dr. Will came in like 2 episodes from the end or something.
Yeah, but he didn't actually play. He was just at the cabin. He didn't actually do anything.
Well, that's true. I don't
Kate, yeah. Kate came in early, where she had the choice either join us or die. Well, of
Right.
course I'm.
Right. Well, I just don't know in this season if Parvati and Kate will take that Dr. Will role in this season in particular, but
We'll see.
yeah, we'll see. All right. So now that we got that part, so yes, stay tuned for next month and what we have coming up, and we will see you all next time on the Tribe of Nerds.